Metal Slug!
Anyhow, let's get right into it. Now, Sons of Behemet is a faction I'm very excited to read about. Because first of all, we have not gotten a really exciting destruction faction yet. And second of all, there's a lot of problems with Sons of Behemet that I'm very looking forward to them fixing. They're very easy. There's a lot of slam dunks here, you know. You find the YouTuber shitting on GW quite exhausting. It's low-hanging fruit. I mean, I don't begrudge people for doing the easy thing. It works. You're kind of stupid if you don't do the easy thing that works. Do you not like money? Do you like having a normal job? What's wrong with you, right? That being said, there's 17 million channels trying to do the GW bad thumbnails, and they're all failing, and no one's ever heard of them, and they have 12 viewers. Now, there happen to be a lot of them that are successful, but not percentage-wise. You're just seeing the winners, you know. There's a lot of channels trying to be the nice guy and do the good thing that nobody knows either, right? Sons look like the least sad destruction army so far. We're gonna look into it. Anyway, Warhammer Age of Sigmar faction focused on the Behemet. The big spawn of the World Titan. It's a big upside down fouet. The enhance. We're gonna start from the newest stuff, but of course. The mortal realms are home to creatures great and small, and among the biggest of all are the Gargants. Those who call themselves the Sons of Behemet, paying homage to their god-beast ancestor, are natural disasters on legs, who terrorize their punier inhabitants of the realms, whether they're the Sigmarite faithful or the Dark Oath tribes. Who? Gargants have been stomping around since the Age of Myth, sleeping, eating, belching, tusslan. This reminds me of that Weeaboo Fightan magic. Sleepan, Etan, Belchan, Tusslan. XPN, Grindan. Typically with other Gargants, for they see the smaller races a little more than pipsqueaks. Size is an almost holy quality to the Sons of Behemet. Oh, I like him already. Just got things to Prime, by the way. 3 years, Baker's dozen. Nice one. Appreciate it. So little uns are seldom treated as more than playthings to poke, prod, and squish, reveling in the funny little noises they make, or as snacks, right? Big. Man, I really wish they had more than one single leg position in that kit. What a huge failure. Despite their physical stature and immense strength, Gargants do not have easy lives. Hated by many, exposed to the elements, and almost always hungry, lone Gargants, or tribes, known as stomps, trace long-established paths that take them through some of the most dismal places in the realms. The promise of battle sparks rare joy. Oh, this sparks joy. For conflict is a chance to demonstrate their strength and superiority over the teeming upstarts who swarm around them and enjoy some well-earned loot. You love how they pretend that Broad is actually bigger for this shot. Yeah, they put him way in the foreground, but they kind of obfuscate that fact. He's the same one. He looks cool. I like the alternative kit for him. I think it's cool. But he ain't bigger. Despite their oafish reputation, the Sons of Behemet maintain a deep tradition of storytelling, their tribal matriarchs weaving a sprawling and frequently embellished oral mythos that stretches back to before the arrival of Sigmar. Central to many of their tales is the god-beast Behemet, son of Imga, dubbed the father of Gargants. Behemat, also known as the World Titan, had a legendary friendly rival with the twin-headed god Gorka Morka, the two challenging each other to perform ridiculous feats like drinking entire oceans and flattening mountain ranges. Chafing at the bitter constraints of Sigmar's pantheon, Gorka Morka came up with a true challenge for Behemet, inviting him to do what he could not and defeat Sigmar in combat. Yeah, Lady Gargan's mentioned. Big storytellers, supposedly. Got a strong oral tradition. In a battle that rocked Gairan to its foundations, Behemet and the God King battled until a crushing hammer blow finally knocked out the World Titan. As he slipped from consciousness, it is said that he vomited the first of his spawn, mirroring his own escape from his father's gut. As Behemoth slumbered, Gargant kind found their own stomping grounds across the mortal realms, even forming a megalithic skybound nation in Gairan's Harmonious Veld. That's actually cool. Give me some storm giants. That shit's sick. Everything else was dumb though, and I'm sad that their backstory is our dad died, and we came about via Demetrius ways. That's stupid. Archeon had other plans. The Age of Chaos laid low any remnants of Gargant civilization. Oh shit, okay. Well, the thing that I just thought was cool, apparently it's gone. Yeah, Sumerian creation myth. And even as Sigmar's Tempest broke, the Ever-Chosen concocted a plot to awaken Behemet, driven mad by sorcery, and force him to smash down the gates of Azir. Just as he begun to rouse from his slumber, Behemat was slain by the Celestant Prime. A feat I still question and press X to doubt. Ain't no fucking way that guy can kill anything, but maybe his new War Scroll is really impressive. A loss sensed, it is claimed by every living Gargant. In the wake of Behemoth's demise, a change has swept Gargant kind. Some fell into a deep melancholy, while others were whipped into a great fury. Larger stomps gathered than ever before, and some Gargants became suffused with primal power, growing into mighty mega Gargants who towered over even their own kin. A theory began to form within the tribes. As Behemet had supplanted Yimnog, so too could one Gargant grow to the size that they would overtake Behemet. There must always be a world titan. There must always be the supreme bigness, the meat miracle. And so the sons of Behemet set about the realms to manifest this prophecy by stomping any challengers flat. Yeah, he waited 60 turns before deep striking, so he did the Doomwalker Kazakh Reckoning Paladin bomb from WoW. He did one of those. He gave him one of these. Whether employed by mercenaries defending their own territory, or simply showing off their might, the sight of a stomp of Gargants inspires fear in all but the most foolhardy. They carry a deep enmity, for the edifices of civilization, for they are the sons of Behemet. Everything must crumble before their almighty strength. Big. Damn. They're putting those Ale Guzzler Gargants real far in the background, as would I. Yeah, very Gruul. Yeah. When I made the magic cards, Sons of Behemet were just hard red-green, just pure Gruul. And there wasn't a lot of, like, dilly-dallying about it. They're simply red-green, you know. Ahem. Battle traits. Alright, here it is. Sons of Behemet armies can use the following abilities. They still have Timber. Please don't be random. That was stupid. Each time friendly Mega Gargant or Gargant model is slain before moving up to play, players must roll off. It's still a roll off? Boo. Your guy just died, and now you have, like, you still have to roll off to see if something happens. I feel like in a Gargant army, you have 4 guys. You know? Possibly 6 guys. Every time one of them dies, it's so bad for you. You lose a 500-point quarter of your army when they actually die. Yeah, I feel like you should just let them land. I don't know. The roll off, dumb, waste time. D3 mortal damage on each unit, friend, and enemy within 3. That has a lower health characteristic than the model, so you're safe from your own guys unless it's a mega falling on a normal Gargant, right? It's a destruction army. Obviously, players love random shit. We really don't. I mean, somebody does somewhere, but I assure you. Anyway, this is dumb. I'm sad that it's still a roll-off. And then it looks like you got just a bunch of rampages you get to choose. This one's orange, though. Get this dumb-ass Warhammer Fantasy Battle rule out of here. Yeah, I agree. I agree. For half of the same reason. Gargant charge. Pick a friendly Mega Gargant or Gargant unit that charge this turn and is not used to rampage. So these are all like, okay, we get our choice of rampages. Roll D3. On a 2-up, inflict amount of mortal damage to the target equal to roll. Oh, it's the same as Beast Claw. Okay. So they have exactly our... They have exactly the Beast Claw charge roll, including the 1 in 3 failure chance. Sag. It's worse because it's a rampage, and ours isn't. An important distinction. And it seems to me, because the rest of these are once per turn army, this one isn't, that you could just do this as many times as you want. This is your default state. All of yours can do this or something else, right? So, alright, cool. That's good. In the context of 4th edition, this is a good rule, I think. Once per turn army, any combat phase, earth-shaking roar. Okay, you get roar from 3rd edition. 3-up, can't use commands, rampage. Cool. That's good. If it's going to be good, you have the option of using it or not. You have a bunch of choices. Cool. Like, not bad. Yeah, send in the babies to do Gargant charge. And it pays probably to have the babies be individual units now, so you can get just as many different charges as you can. Then again, when do rampages happen? End of the charge phase, right? So we're good. I guess they say now when they happen. Once per turn army, Colossal Slam. Oh, are we keeping the suplex? The standing 720s, Zangief action. Monster or War Machine 1 inch. Roll die 3-up, remove it, and put it behind you after you suplex them for D3 mortal damage. Ooh, they took off the stupid thing that made this not fun. They did it. They fixed it. It used to give you -1 to hit for the rest of the turn if you even attempted it. Like, you could attempt it, fail the roll, and just be at -1 to hit the whole time. It was fucking dumb. They got rid of that. Now it's just fun. Oh, they remembered what fun is. And they kept the wrestling WWE moves. Just really hoping they would do. I consider this a big win. So, Timber, thumbs down. Gargant Charge, good. Earth-Shaking Roar, good, if you want to use it, depending, if it matters. Super Slamming, the Steam Tank, or the Black Coach, or picking up a Stonehorn, and then putting him off of the objective you're on, and just slamming him. That shit is sick. Great work. Fun. And then jump up and down is your targets in infantry. Roll die 3-up. Roll a die for each model in the target unit. Okay, we roll dice to roll dice. If the unit using this ability is a Gargant, inflict 1 mortal damage for each 6. If it's a Mega, for each 5. So this is your anti-infantry. You target a 10-man squad. You roll 10 dice. They take 2 mortal wounds, maybe. If it's 5-up, they take 3 or 4. Probably 3. Okay. So we got our anti-infantry one, our anti-monster one, an you have God's Specialist Princess rules one, and if all else fails, just do impact hits the same as ogres. Yeah, I like the options. Silver bullet things aren't bad. They're just bad when you have to choose them in list building, because it's silly to do that. Now that it's just an option chilling there, if you want to use it, silver bullets are great suddenly. This is nice. I like all of it, except Timber. That's dumb, but everything else is cool. Battle traits, I'm giving them a B. Good work. In the context of everybody else's rules, I'm giving them a B, I think. You're heartbroken that there isn't more fan art of Gargants suplexing named characters from their mounts. Yeah, I know. There isn't a lot of art of Gargants in any case. There's like 3 pictures. It's fine, but it feels lazy. That's every single one. Yeah, that's what streamlining feels like when you were hoping for iterating upon fun complexity. Streamlining is just going to feel like that, and everybody gets it. This is the addition of it. Somewhat to my chagrin. Anyway, I'm not going to read this stuff in between because they're just restating it in a really patronizing, childish way that I find a little annoying. Taika tribe. Alright, what we got? We got for Taikas. More stuff for me collection. Okay. Declare pick-friendly non-unique Sons of Behemet hero, so no Broad, no King Big. Give that hero one extra artifact from the Titanic trophy. Oh, cool, yeah. Every subfaction I've seen so far has been the laziest, most boring shit, like +1 to whatever. But most of them have been good at least. We've gotten to the point where giving you a free artifact of power is actually cooler than normal, so this is great. Considering how many points are spent on each of these heroes, giving another one an artifact of power is actually a big deal. Designer's note. This artifact of power is given to the unit during the deployment phase, not during army. They listened to my suggestion for how to do sideboards in Age of Sigmar. Do this for every other choice in the game, and you got yourself a better game. Holy, I love it. Great. Nice. Put this designer's note in the core rules or the GHB or something, please. After you see what army you're playing against, then you decide the little knickknacks. And you only have like 4 choices to make anyway. It doesn't matter, right? That turns all these silver bullet choices from would never choose, a waste of ink, to actually really good. And you just choose it once you know what you're playing against. It fixes so much of that stuff. I hope they do more of this. Great work. Honestly, A+, possibly even S. Like S tier big brain designer move. You love to see it. Ahem. Knock. Thanks for the big prime for 4 months, by the way. I was on a roll. I couldn't thank you, but now I do. TYVM. Arcana invocations crossed out. Strike through. Shiny stuff we found. Funny. Does every army get artifacts in these? Or just the non-magic ones? In the faction focuses, the only time they've shown artifacts have been the 2 armies that get to choose them custom and can't cast spells in any case so far. I'm sure everybody gets artifacts of power, right? Anyway, Titanic trophies. Once a battle charge phase. For the rest of the turn, this unit can charge even if it used a run. Only once a game run a charge. Kind of lame. D+, C-. Passive, extra Calused feat. Add 1 attacks characteristic, rend characteristic, damage characteristic of this unit's Almighty Stomp or Almightier Stomp. Oh, the Timmy choice. This is a fun Timmy ability. Look at all those things. +1 attacks, and rend, and damage. Oh, wait, actually, Almighty Stomp or Almightier, are these good? We'll look at Almighty Stomp. We'll make a mental note and consider like whether they're good or not. If they are, then this is fun. You gotta have something for Timmy. It's the Timmy army. In the Timmy game, you gotta have something for Timmy, right? Anyway, once per battle deployment phase, Glowy Lantern, pick a manifestation lore, and you can summon it. Okay, so instead of getting a wizard, you get a guy who can summon an endless spell. Alright. Combo, right? And this is your bridge builder. If that thing still teleports, good work. I suppose. It's unfortunate to have to choose something to give you endless spells. In the edition where they give you endless spells for free, you still have to pay for them somehow. But I don't know, maybe there's a combo or something. Pestering Pickle, thanks to tier 1 for 25 months. Appreciate it. Thanks for liking my stuff. Also, this is cool because you're only going to have 4 guys, maybe 6 guys. And so having a guy that can put anything else on the table for any reason is going to be good. Just something. Put something else somewhere that can do something, right? You just want boots on the ground. So you pick spells during deployment. Let's go. All right, they're doing it.
Good job.
Game is
King.
fixed. Good job, King. Tusk Gore, thanks for buying a big hat. Appreciate it. Oh, you got the dad cap version. Yeah, I updated it so you didn't have to buy the stupid version. You could buy the dad cap version, and that one's been kind of popular. Almost 5 people have bought them, which is kind of popular. Glowy Shield of Protectiness is the 6-up ward. It was the 6-up ward, but now it's unmodified saves a 6, kickback immortal. So normally I'm not like too excited about 6's kickback immortal. I've played with Iron Fists for a long time. It never fucking happens. It does 1 mortal wound per game on average between all my units. Maybe this is negativity bias. It probably is, but I never roll that 6 fucking ever. However, each of these dudes have 35 wounds. You're going to be rolling a lot of saves. You might as well hurt the opponent on their turn, you know? Punish them for killing you. I don't think this is the worst choice, depending. Just because the sheer volume of wounds, how many save rolls you're going to be making. And how much healing you're possibly going to do, I don't know. Almost 5 sounds like 4 with more effort. I can distinctly remember 4, but it's probably been more, is what I meant by it. Once per battle, your combat phase. Mantle of Tusk and Horns. Rest of the turn, add 1 to hit rolls for combat attacks made by friendly SOB units while they are wholly within 12. Ooh, okay. Aura. +1 to hit rolls aura. You love to see it. Now, you have to pay a huge cost in this type of army, because if you have 2 guys next to each other, that's half your whole army. That's 1,000-point Death Star because you just put 2 of them near each other. So you're paying a really heavy, like, area control positioning cost for doing that. But I still think it's good, and it's only once per battle. I still think it's good. Because you probably hit on 4s and 2s with just everything. So any way to tap those down is good. At least it's not once per battle, roll a die, nothing happens, right? Anyway, this one is good, but it has a huge downside. This one, maybe. This one, maybe. Possible combo. This one, don't see why it wasn't just always, instead of once per battle. Seems a little undertuned. And then Extra Calloused Feet is the fun one for Timmy. So far, these are good-ish. King's Laughter Cowl, or King's Slaughter Cowl, depending. Add 1 attack character's unit's melee weapons while this unit is in combat with an enemy hero. So this is trash. You'll never choose it. However, you get to pick in the deployment phase. So if you're fighting Hero Hammer, the 7 Heroes army, you will choose it, and it is good. Look at that. A previously 2 specific silver bullet you would have never chosen. Now, well, you just might. It fixes it. Anyway, good for the mirror match, that's for fucking sure. So normal stuff like this that would have been bad because they changed how that works. Suddenly it's great. And they didn't even have to write it to be good. Anyway, I like that. Your artifacts of power, none of them are like crazy strong, but there's like a time and place for all of them. I give them a thumbs up. I give them a B. Oh, somebody, Slim GM, long number, thanks to the tier 1 for 35 months. Yo, that's a long time, and I haven't seen you type too much. Please enjoy the lurking. I won't call you out again. All right. King Big, here it is, 40 wounds. 10 move, very slow, painful. 4-up save. I just can't bring myself to complain about a 4-up save and probably no ward. Yeah, no ward. When you have 40 wounds. Like, okay. 20 control is a little lower than I thought. but okay. I mean, 20 control is, you can't ever take it from them, so I suppose fair enough. Obelisk of Torcrania is into crane ya, is into bean you, is into hit you in the head, right? Yeah, 40, man's big. 6 attacks, 4s and 2s, 2-5, proper. So you have not a lot of attacks. They hit on 4s, but they almost auto wound, and they're all just like Rend 2, maybe Rend 3, big damage. That's probably how they should be. I agree. D6 is kind of sad though for the death grip. So Almighty Stomp, and then up here, where was it? Add 1 attacks, rend, and damage to Almighty Stomp. Now you can't do this to King Broad, but I'm just seeing if the like base weapon is good. So like 3 attacks.
Good job, King.
Is it 1 attack, rend, damage? Slim Jim, thanks for buying a big dad cap. Appreciate it. TYVM, I hope you enjoy it. So 3 attacks, 4s and 2s, 3 or 4 rend, damage, D3 plus 1. Oh, yeah, that's reasonably significant, I think. That's kind of nice. You wouldn't do it to King Broad because he can't take artifacts, but I'm just thinking out loud. Yeah, rend 4 against infantry. Dude, fucking Slaves to Darkness, sweep the leg. You do it for one of the almightier stomps, or even bigger stomps. Yeah, I'll look at the stomp guys later on. You thought unique heroes could get stuff now? Oh, I don't know. If they can, then good and cool and fun. You know, a lot of times I'm still operating under a little bit of third stuff. The obelisk representing 30 potential damage is big. Don't ever think that way. Get that out of your head. Get it out. I know it's tempting, and it's fun too. But never think that way. Oh damn, 6 times 5. That's a lot. No. That's so foolish. Maybe cut it in a quarter on average. Like give it a 30% maybe. Is a quick math way of doing it. Battle damage. When this unit has 15 or more damage. Oh, hey, this is the first time I've seen this. Every other monster we've seen so far in the faction focuses, battle damage means 10 damage. Did you notice that? I noticed it as a monster player. Everybody is after 10 damage, battle damaged. Gargants are so huge it's 15. I actually think it should have been 20. You know, like put them at half. It's way less than half. I think 15 is too high. I'm going to quibble here. This is a pet peeve, not even a pet peeve. I'm quibbling, but yeah, I think 15 is too high. It should be at least half or under, because it's half or under for all the other monsters that are at 10 that have like 14 wounds, right? Yeah. And Torcrania is 4 attacks instead of 6, okay. And the control goes down to 10. Yikes. Okay. So why would they do this? I think it's so that armies that don't have a lot of damage can at least like wound them, and then they have a 10 control to fight against, so maybe they could do something, I guess. I don't know. I think it's like a balancing thing. Cutting the control in half is big. That's huge. I don't know how I feel about it. Passive Creepas. This unit cannot be picked to be the target of enemy rampage. Just immune to rampages? Great. Love it. If it would be destroyed instead, take 6 damage, sure. Longshanks. This is the strictly worst flying. Model can pass through models in non-monster units, and parts of terrain features are less than 4 tall. Ooh. Oh. Longshanks used to only work in the move phase. Now it works in the charge phase. Big buff. Now in the charge phase, you get to charge over stuff and land on the other side. Big. Okay. Thumbs up. I like what I read. He's a priest 1. And then he's got this prayer that works on a 5, so it's just not... You gotta build your way up to it, so every other turn you can maybe use it. Kind of weak. Make a chanting roll d6, pick one of the following effects. If the chanting roll is 10, pick 2. Okay. Yeah, this is looking like an every other turn kind of thing. But I like how you can choose the same one more than once, unlike now, which was dumb. Whiskey Steel, thanks to the tier 1 gift to Lynn Erdy. Appreciate it. TY for the gifter. Shatter the Mountains. Add 2 to the move characteristic friendly Sons of Behemet units for the rest of the turn. That's good. They are crazy slow for monsters that can't fly. I mean, they can kind of fly, I guess. But yeah, 10-inch move sucks for monsters. Might of the Earth, heal D3 to each friendly Sons. This is good. This is good with trying to just get over the threshold here for an extra 10 control. Pummel all to the dust. For the rest of the turn, add 1 to rend of the main weapons of all your guys. That's good. All right. This prayer is good, but the super high cost on it means that you get to use it like half as often, and that sucks. So I'm giving the prayer a good effect, annoying hoops to jump through. However, everything else looks good. He fucking slaps. Anti this, anti that. Huge. Good control. The battle damage thing is a little minus. You mean the rampage is good. And Longshank's got a big buff, which you love to see. Every other turn, you don't think is worth saving 10 up instead of just doing it with 5 each time? Yeah, but you got to roll a 5 to do that. And so you're probably going to fail, bank the points, and then succeed. And then fail, bank the points, and succeed, so on, right? So it's probably going to be every other turn, one way or another. Lord Vladik, thanks for the Prime. For 33 months, big sub, big lads. Yeah, this is cool. It's not pure upsides, but I like what I see, I think, on this guy. I need to play with these priest rules to really get it in my head how this is going to work. Longshanks is good for power through. Longshanks is just good now. It's almost flying unless you have really cool looking terrain, then it's not flying. Most of the official terrain features, I think, are exactly 4 inches tall. I think, but, you know, your mileage is going to greatly vary. Priests are cracked. If you have a prayer, you can always trigger, yes. Which you may or may not. If you really want to max chant, you can spend 2 CP every turn to counter spell. To chant more. And he's a War Master. Alright, sick. Next up is the Gatebreaker. Ooh, alright. 35 wounds, 4 up. Is it still 15? It's still 15, okay. So it's not just 15 for this guy, it's 15 for all megas. Alright. Ahem. Hurled Boulder. A single attack, 3s and 2s. It'll miss. I know it looks cool. Hits on 3s, wounds on 2s. Rend 3, damage 4. Become emotionally prepared for this thing to miss all the time. Just so you don't get, you know, discouraged. Fort Crusher Flail. 6 attacks, 4s and 2s. 2-4. Nice. Hey, we're fixing Gargant attacks. They should be huge damage numbers. Because that's what... It shouldn't be like 12 attacks, damage 2. Pathetic, right? I'm so glad they fixed that problem from the previous edition. Anyway, anti-faction terrain, that's funny. Good meme. +1 rend. Almighty Stomp, 2 attacks, 4s and 2s, 2d3. Anti-infantry +1 rend. Okay, so it's the same as the other one. right? Yeah. Almighty Stomp. Almighty Stomp. Yeah, okay, so it's the same. Death Grip. Whatever. Son of Behemet, Longshanks. Pulverizing Strike. Yo, did they keep it? Hold up. Pick an enemy unit in combat with this unit to be the target. Core attack fight. Okay. Pile in, roll a die, 4 up, 4d6 mortal damage. Let's go. This is awesome. Okay. What a win. What a success. This is great. This is the Timmy army in a Timmy game. I am here to roll a 4 up and obliterate. And it's not like target monster, target infant, just anything, right? The Beast Pounder. 4 up, you're dead. 1 to 3, literally nothing happens, and my turn is over. Awesome. I'm doing it every time. My army is King Broad, 3 Gatebreakers. 4 up every time. My combat phases will last 12 seconds. Let's go. I'm all in. It's a fight ability. Yeah, I mean, you obviously give up your attacks to do this, right? Otherwise, it would just be a free, like, 46 mortals. This is awesome. This is fun. What a success. Gatebreaker, you did it. Good work. Once per turn army, any combat phase, smash down. Pick terrain feature within 3. If the target is a faction terrain, inflict damage on it. Then roll a d3 for each non-monster unit, friend and enemy. Within 3, 2 up, inflict the amount of mortal damage equal to the roll. Okay, as I read this, pick a terrain feature within 3. If it's faction terrain, you do damage. Otherwise, you resolve the rest of the ability still. So if it's not faction terrain, you still smash the guys around it. I don't know, this is fun. I like this thing. You're here to crush, like, terrain. And you got anti-faction terrain up here with your flail. This guy's fun. Bobby Briccolini ability. Didn't the Beast Smasher have it? He also had it. But it was against monsters only. And it wasn't, I don't think it was mortal wounds, I think it was like damage characteristic or something. They had 2 things like that. I think one of them was this Beast Smasher and one of them was that guy. Yeah, the Beast Pounder did have to roll to hit and wound. Pick a thing, flip a coin, and maybe it's dead. That's sweet. Alright, S-tier excitement. Not S-tier power level or smart choice or tactical acumen, competitive optimal possibility space, but excitement level, S-tier. Only faction terrain? Yeah, up here. But you still smash the people around it, right? So you're not removing all terrain, but you do the things. Yeah, just roll 4 ups. Alright, Warstomper. Dude, I'm excited. We've seen pretty good, but I'm not sure about the prayers. I need to see. 10 out of 10. The meme. The living meme. I'm in. Now Warstomper. You can't believe YouTube has stream ads now? I can't believe it took them this long to implement them, because ads are their business model. So it's like weird that they didn't have them before. Warstomper. This is the one that was bad before, right? He was just the cheapo one. And he had this stupid, like, 2 damage weapon that... Oh, he still does. What? Why are we still... No, that's not it. You did it wrong. What you should do is the 2 should be over here. And the 4 should be over here. You flip them. They did the same mistake with lead belchers. You fucked up a little bit. He was good? Oh, he got good later. Okay. But the damage curve, yeah. So you just write it so that you arrive at the same damage curve, except with a more appropriate number for the verisimilitude you're trying to work for, right? You can have it both ways. Anyway. Titanic Boulder Club. If all the attacks made with this unit's Titanic Boulder Club target the same enemy unit for every 5 models in the target unit, add 2 to the tax characteristic. Yeah, this is exactly wrong. This is exactly wrong. What it should say is for every 5 models in the target unit, add 2 to the damage characteristic. How could they have gotten it so wrong? I don't get it. You were this close. It's called a Titanic Boulder Club. It's the size of a school bus with a shark in it. Damage 2? It's the size of your centerpiece. What is it damage 2? Get out of here. Dumb. Anyway. Hurled body. Pick an enemy unit in combat with this unit to be the target. Roll a die. If the roll is at least double the target's health characteristic, one model in the unit is slain. Ooh, okay. Hold up. You no longer pick. It's one model in the unit is slain, so your opponent gets to pick. No more pulling out unit champions. No more pulling out unit champions. Hurled body, big nerf. Anyway, it has to be at least double the health characteristic, and then it's dead, and then you whip it, and then it inflicts an amount of mortal damage equal to the target's health characteristic. At least you don't have to roll 7 dice every single step of this stupid ability. It is a big nerf because you can no longer pull out units, but at least it resolves nicer. It's faster to resolve. You can't miss halfway through. It just happens. So I'll take positives and negatives to this one, plus and minus. Do we have regular infantry with more than 4 wounds and unit sizes past 5? Basically, no. Gutbusters are immune to this. Almost everybody else is on 3 wounds, I think. Yeah, command models are much less important now, that's true. And honestly, same with standard bearers and hornblowers, they're less impactful as well. Especially since they, your command model isn't the one that's issuing commands, right? That's a big change. And then also command models can't hold the cool weapon because fun detected. So we'll chalk this one up to the addition is different, so it actually doesn't matter that you can pick guys out. And it's just good that it resolves easier, right? Oh, he has almightier stomp. This guy has a bigger stomp. I didn't even notice. This guy's on 4 stomps instead of 2. Right? Are they the same? Yeah, so if you outfit a Warstomper with a extra calloused feet, that means his stomping is 5 attacks, 4s and 2s, rend maybe 4, damage D3 plus 1. That's a lot of stomps. That's a lot of stomps. And even though this is stupid from a fun perspective and an RP perspective and a sensicalness perspective and everything like that, purely mechanically, you would probably prefer this if you only cared about, efficiency and stuff. It makes it less swingy, and you just want more attacks. A lot of anti-infantry as well. Okay. Warstomper is probably good. I just fundamentally disagree with the verisimilitude of it. That's all. He's got a lot of attacks. That's what you want. And then Mancrusher Gargant. Jesus. They must actually hate Sons of Behemet players to force them to buy this awful, awful thing. This Play-Doh looking ass. Hank Hill no ass not having. Inbred for 30 generations looking cow hip having. Ugh, I hate it. I hate it. Anyway, Mancrusher Gargants. New sculpt, please. Please. 8-inch move. Very slow. Health 12. 5 up save. That's a real bad save. Throwing rocks. I like how it's called throwing rocks, plural, and then it's a 1. Hits on 5s. Nope. Stopped reading there. It won't happen. Massive club. 4s and 2s. 1-2. Same damage as like Gutbusters who come up to like their shin. Headbutt and Mighty Kiuk. Just a bunch of 4s and 2s. 5 and 2. 5 up save. Not exactly skilled. Passive. Keep up. Lucina's Holy in 12 friendly Mega Gargant. It can charge even if it ran. Okay. Bro, they got 2-inch more move than you. You don't need to run to keep up exactly. But okay. And then you got Stuff 'em in me bag. Roll die. If the roll is at least double, it's just slain. Okay. And then monster. I'm sure tactically you want more boots on the ground in your hyper elite army. You just want more stuff. And these are probably going to be tactically good to play with. But they look dumb. They're slow. Too many 5s and everywhere. These guys suck. And they're not fun. Yeah, they have control 10. That's good too. Tactically, they're probably good. I wouldn't be able to do it. I wouldn't be able to do it. If I was in on Sons of Behemet, it'd be 4 megas all day, every day. Although I do have to clarify that probably it's good to play a unit of 3 of these. Or maybe 3 individual ones now that you get the impact hit thing. They are in Spearhead. A word from the studio. Mega Gargants are big. True.
Please clap.
Great work. Yeah. You said it. And it therefore makes sense that their faction pack has lots of abilities with big effects. Their battle traits provide a smorgasbord of devastating rampage abilities that they can inflict upon their enemies after lumbering into combat. Big, big. Each Mega Gargant is also designed for a particular role. For example, if you want to smash some faction terrain into the ground in one giant swing, then a Gatebreaker is the Gargant for you. If you want to smash some infantry, then a Gatebreaker is for you. If you want to smash monsters, then a Gatebreaker is for you. And finally, if you want to smash some elite troops, then a Gatebreaker is for you. Then they wrote some other war scrolls, and I don't know why they did that, but if you instead need to squish a lot of tiny enemy infantry, yeah, Gatebreaker, and then we got you covered for every situation, and Gatebreaker is correct in every situation. Now we got Spearhead. Oh, and it's just Mancrushers. Boo! How many Warstomers do we see? 3? Mancrusher, Warstomper, Gatebreaker. Oh no, King Broad, yeah. I mean, you could have just shown every war scroll. It's fine, right? Kraken Eater is interesting because that's the one that used to kick around objectives. And I wonder if they can still do that or something like it. And then the Beast Pounder, I wonder what we're going to do with that one. Beast Pounder is obviously the anti-monster one. So we have anti basically everything plus terrain for Gatebreaker. Anti-infantry for Warstomper. Anti-monster for Beast Pounder. And then I don't know what the Kraken Eater is anti. What would be left? Anti-hero, I suppose, maybe. It's kind of what Broad does, though. Well, not really. Anti-objective. Yeah, he's the control giant. You know what's anti-monster? Yeah, 14 mortal wounds, true. Switch hatch, sure. I'll put on big. We're talking about bigs after all, right? He counted for more with Mightier? Yeah, he counted for more with Mightier. I'm excited. I'm excited about Sons of Behemet. This shit looks fun. Mancrushers, D-. You couldn't get a more revolting, not hype, not exciting thing ever. I'm depressed. But 65% of my depression comes from this awful insult of a sculpt. Their rules are just normal disappointing. Then Warstomper. I'm gonna give him a C+. He gets a C+ from me. You get a lot of attacks. They're good against infantry. It scales with the size of the infantry you're fighting. The hurled body is cool and you have to roll less. But 2 damage rubs me the wrong way, and it always will. And it was a fixable problem. They decided not to fix it. Also, 10-inch move sucks. So I'm going to give it a C+. Gatebreaker, S tier. S tier excitement. Flipping 1 coin to do Omega Blizzard damage is so stupid and dumb and not smart. And you're a fucking genius when you do, and it works. This shit is great. The perfect Gargant. Except 10-inch move is slow and sucks. So we'll say S tier minus. And D6 damage, get that shit out of here. It's only 1 attack. Well, it's gonna miss anyway. You might as well reward him for getting through the whole profile instead of stupid D6. Yeah, it's stupid as well. King Big. He is huge. He has a bunch of attacks that are huge. He's immune to rampages. This prayer is good. It's just you can't use it every turn exactly, but it's a good prayer. And he's large. His movement is slow and sucks, however, which is sad, and the D6. But I'm going to give him probably a B+. B+, I think. And your Artifacts of Power, B+. And your Taker Tribe, A-, relatively speaking. And your Battle Traits. B. I think B. Solid B. Not a B-, but solid B. Every single one of them is roll a die, maybe nothing happens. That's lame. Some of them are cool. They improved Colossal Slam a lot. They didn't improve Timber. B. It's cool. It's cool, but they kind of tied their shoes together a little bit, and they didn't have to. So where does that put Sons of Behemet? Where are they? SOB. Am I B tier excited? Am I kind of amped, or am I legitimately excited? I'm going to say top of B for now. Top of B, bottom of A. It's going to fluctuate depending on what else we look at. Yeah, Mancrushers are dumb. I'm not all in exactly on some of their choices. All of your battle traits are 3 up or nothing happens. Timber. They did a lot of good, but it all has the, but they did this one thing, you know. So yeah, top of B, I'll say. But I am excited. You might say, I'm kind of amped about Sons of Behemet. We need to have an army on the back foot, just in case we need to pull the ripcord. SOB, maybe. Anyway, so far my army is 4 Gatebreakers. This is good, isn't it? Whiskey Steel, thanks for the 100 bits. Appreciate it. Thanks a lot. You're cooking up some pork chops while you listen. Got a decent recipe to try? Nice. A real Heywoah viewer. Good to hear.